With a warming climate, increasingly catastrophic wildfires plague the entire Western United States. And every summer, we choke on smoke and gather our most important belongings just in case we need to evacuate quickly. And this summer, we saw an unprecedented heat wave that threatened people's lives and livelihoods. And given what we know about our warming climate, this is our new baseline. It's not too late, though, to change the trajectory. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, the IPCC, found earlier this year that we have less than a decade to slash our carbon pollution in half, or we will sail past that 2 degrees Celsius benchmark that will result in the most disastrous impacts. And in order to meet this kind of ambitious goal, we need bold action here, now, and in cooperation with the world. That's why I'm so excited about the Build Back Better Act and its climate provisions. For example, this bill invests $5 billion to replace heavy-duty vehicles like garbage trucks and school buses with zero-emission alternatives. Heavy-duty vehicles play an outsized role in pollution. Although they represent only 7% of the vehicles on the road, they're responsible for 25% of the greenhouse gas emissions, 50% of the nitrous oxide emissions, and 67% of the particulates. And our children should not be sucking in toxic fumes while their school buses idle or while we drive behind a truck. I am also glad this bill invests in the installation of zero-emission equipment and technology at our nation's ports. It is vital that our ports, especially along our shores, are included in efforts to tackle the climate crisis. Also, I'd like to associate myself with the comments made by my colleague, Representative Peters. I support the historic investments in the Clean Electricity Performance Program, which will make clean energy more feasible across the country. But as we implement this program, it's really important to make sure we get the details right. Here in the Northwest, like in California, we have abundant hydropower and our utilities are ahead of the curve and have been working for years toward a goal of 100% clean power. So I appreciate the work that's been done to account for utilities that have already taken great steps toward clean energy, and I hope we can continue to work together to ensure that there's still flexibility necessary for the utilities who are working on that last 20% and not the first 80% because they are much tougher. I look forward to working with you together to get there cleaner and faster and at lower cost for customers. I'd also like, Mr. Chairman, to submit for the record a letter from Puget Sound Energy related to the CEPP program. Finally, I'd like to highlight the funding that this bill provides to assist communities in developing and implementing plans to prepare for and mitigate the health and environmental impacts of wildfire smoke. Climate change threatens our planet, our health, our national security with droughts in the West and floods in the East, and it is long past time that Congress stepped up to sharply curtail our greenhouse gas emissions. As a mom and as a pediatrician, I believe we owe this to our children and grandchildren. I yield back. Thank you.